Hello and welcome to my first ever Pan Those Eyeshadows project. As well as focusing on using things up, we're going to be working towards curating a capsule eyeshadow collection. I really don't like the word collection. I feel like that's part of why everyone kind of over-consumes because it becomes a collection, a having things. That's a topic for a different video. For this project, I've chosen 2 cream eyeshadows and 2 powder eyeshadows. Attempting Pan That palette last year highlighted to me that I really do like a mix of cream and powder. First eyeshadow, and the one that I'm going to be prioritising in the first half of the year, is Maybelline On and On Bronze. This is a beautiful cream shadow that really stays placed on my eyelids, which a lot of cream shadows don't, including Bobbi Brown's creaseless cream shadow. That creases on me in about 5 minutes, but this one does not. I've had this cream eyeshadow for absolutely ages. It's a lovely eyeshadow and one of my favourites, particularly as a one and done eyeshadow. But unfortunately, it is really dry now. My 40th birthday is coming up later this year in July, and I've decided that my focus is going to be using as much of this as possible before my 40th birthday because I don't want to take this into my 40s, giving me 6 months to use up as much as I possibly can. This shade has now been discontinued, so I'm on the hunt for a replacement. The Armani liquid eye tints are on my radar, and Urban Decay have also brought out some eyeshadow sticks recently. I'm in London next month for a hospital appointment, so I'm going to have a look at those, but if you do have any suggestions for something that could replace this beautiful bronzy colour, please do let me know. The 2 powder eyeshadows that I want to use up are this cream shade from the NARS NARSsisist palette, which was the palette that I used for my Pan That palette this time last year. Ignore this side of the palette, this is me thinking out loud. This is 1 gram of product, and I really want to see how long 1 gram of a creamy kind of off-white shade lasts me. So I've pulled it out of the palette and continued to use it even when I finished Pan That palette. A cream coloured powder eyeshadow is something that I use every time I do eyeshadow. When I'm using a one and done cream shadow, I will put this shade just on my brow bone to even out discoloration and just pull everything together and look a bit more polished. When I'm using all powder eyeshadow, I will put this all over my lid and up to the brow bone. It just creates a nice base over the top of eyeshadow primer and helps me blend out other eyeshadows really nicely. The other powder eyeshadow that I'm going to be working on using up is this taupe shade from a No. 7 trio. I do have quite a few taupe shades within my eyeshadows. It's a colour that I've worn a lot in my crease and featured in my wedding eye makeup. So this is a shade that definitely deserves a spot in my forever eyeshadows. Once I finish these 2 up, I will replace them with the same shade but from a different brand. The 4th eyeshadow making its way into this project is the Rimmel ScandalEyes eyeshadow stick in BulletProof Beige. This is a nice champagne-y colour, very similar to MAC's Bare Study Paint Pot, which I also own. I have 2 looks that I like doing with this eyeshadow stick. The first is all over my lid with the taupe eyeshadow in my crease, and the second is using Maybelline's Creamy Beige colour tattoo all over the lid and into my crease with this beautiful champagne eyeshadow shade on the inner half of my eyelid. While I won't be working on Maybelline's Creamy Beige colour tattoo in this project, it's a shade that has made it into my forever eyeshadows. Now you might be wondering how I'm planning to use this project to curate my forever eyeshadows. This is very much going to be a work in progress and trying things out and seeing what works, but at the moment my plan is that when I finish one of my Project Pan eyeshadows, I will replace it with a very similar shade and add in another one. So for example, when I finish this taupe shade, I could add in this bronze shade and use the bronze in my crease during summer and autumn and the taupe shade during spring and winter when I'm paler. And not just paler, less warm toned. I have identified that I'm most likely a true autumn in the colour seasons, and moving forward I'm going to be working on incorporating this into my wardrobe and my makeup. Again, this is going to be a process and I'm not going to run out and buy a whole new wardrobe or a whole new makeup product. It's going to be use what I have, and when it's finished up or it's got holes in, replace it with something in the True Autumn colour palette. I'm excited to share this journey with you, and I'd love to know if you know your colour season and how that impacts your clothing and makeup choices. Thank you for watching, and I will speak to you soon. Bye!